Love is one funny thing, right? Two people enter the market. A particular textile with different colors, with the same amount of money. You'll be surprised at what they come out with. Especially when ladies are wedding. I begin to hear colors I've never heard in my life. Burgundy, forest green, burnt orange. I don't know who went to burn the orange. And then for us to observe the color of the burnt orange, you see sea green, teal green, turquoise blue. Yeah. It sounds like tope. You know, when I ask people to define love is almost hard to define. It's just like saying, what is life? Everybody knows life, so define life. Life is hard to define. But when you talk about love, sometimes I personally say there's a favorable heart disposition towards a person or a thing. Your heart is just disposed favorably towards this person, and you say, Kai, I think I am comfortable with this person. You don't just begin a thing ad infinitum and say, let's just go as the Lord helps us. Stop that. You are dealing with a heart. Especially, this is what I know ladies are always good to go. Is the guys that how will you be in SS3? And you want to start something and say, let's know the will of God. Which will are you willing? It doesn't make sense. You understand what I'm saying? Or you are in year one and then you suddenly start seeing will of God inside your life and say, this is the direction I'm going. And then both of you will continue until maybe you're done a 5 years course or 6 years course. When you are done, you say, let's trust God to provide. Stop. A lady is planning for wedding. She doesn't have a dime, or she's seriously planning her wedding. The guy can't do that. You do that, you need deliverance. What's wrong with you? Your lady says, I'm seriously planning my wedding. When is it? Next 6 months. Go and check her account balance, 500 naira. But she is seriously planning her wedding, and the wedding will hold. Now you meet the young man, I'm planning my wedding seriously in the next 6 months. Boy, you are doing well. So how far? Of course, you don't need to ask him how far. You say, is there a way you're coming for me? Check how much I have. Look at guys, help me. But the lady is ready to go. She is ready to have baby that year. So she's ready to have a baby. What does she need to have a baby? Carry her baby in the womb. Understand? And then have the mind to say, I am a mother now, and then give birth to the baby, and then begin to breastfeed the baby. You expect her to go to the market to start fending for herself. So what it takes a woman to be a mother is not what it takes a man to be a father.
Hello and welcome to the Life Podcast, your safe space. So today with us here, we have a guest with us here whose name is Pastor Uche Ogwehi. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Hope I pronounced that name
Yes,
well.
you got it.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for honoring our invitation. He is an ordained minister under Charismatic Renewal Ministry, currently serving in Kano State, Nigeria. He is also a lecturer at Federal College of Education, Technical, that's Bichi, Kano. He's a convener and a host of health relationship seminars and talk shows. He's also the founder and president of Praise House, a gospel music community in Kano. He's a convener also for the Young Ministers Forum, a discipleship and mentoring platform, a youth, a pastor, a counselor, a mentor, life coach, and author who is dedicated to building strong relationships and mentoring young ministers. Once again, welcome, sir.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Thank you for coming. So today we'll be talking about, on today's episode, we'll be talking about relationship, marriage, and everything that pertains to it. So, sir, what's your take on, like I said, he's a relationship coach, so we're having a lot of discussions today. So what is a godly relationship to you? Let's begin with that.
A godly relationship.
Yeah.
Well, now it is from the name godly relationship, we'll say sir. It is a God-centered relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And that means a whole lot. A relationship that is God-centered, conscious of God, running the way God wants it to run. keeping what God wants, which is ultimately good for the parties involved in a relationship. So when a relationship is God-centered, moving according to how God wants it to move, keeping the rules, I think we'll call that a godly relationship, because when you say godly, God is there. Okay, so it is a relationship that runs around God and how God wants it. That's a godly relationship.
Okay.
So I know in Christendom we have this idea of finding the one. Oh, we found the one, the one. So how can one know that this is the one?
Quite a whole lot. Okay, I want to assume that we are working on against the backdrop of a Christian relationship, right?
Yes,
not in the general sense. Okay, but well, it can apply to anybody, but we work with the godly background and the Christian background. You're asking how would somebody know this is the one? There are a lot of issues to be taken into consideration in trying to know who is the one. You know, let me start a little bit with a negative. Maybe somebody begins to feel, let's go with whom you love, you know, who makes the butterfly in your belly fly, and things like that. Somebody that tickles your fancy, makes you smile, makes you comfortable, and all of that. Those are good. But I want to go another way. Let's start it like this. First of all, there are basic issues that should be sorted. One, faith. That is your belief, your faith. What do you believe? You're a Christian? Okay, so are you a believer in Christ? Like I said, I am talking when it has to do with Christian destiny. Are you a believer in Christ? And then is the person also sharing the same belief with you? That's why I'm talking about faith. Now, that is basic backdrop, that there has to be agreement in faith. Okay, agreement in faith. When there is somebody who agrees with the same faith with you, that is one. And the number two thing I look at there is purpose. The direction of your life. Now, the person who wants to know if I'm making the right choice should also know what is your own direction in life. You understand?
Yeah.
There is a way I put this thing sometimes when I go to ask questions. When you say somebody come and join my ride, one of the things that the guy asked the lady along the way is, are you going my way? Are you going my way? Now, if you're not going my way, of course, you know, sometimes the men, being men, will always go there. Are you going my way? Wherever she says she's going, the man wants to go there. Is his way, because you just want to carry the lady and give her a lift, right?
Exactly.
But the leading question there is, are you going my way? Now, what's your way? So for the lady now, would want to say, I am going to so place. And then if he's a well-thinking man, he will say, oh no, that's not my way, but can I drop you at the nearest junction so that you move on? You say, it's okay, hop in and then let's move. And then if the lady also says, yes, that's my way, then we go. How about you meet somebody who tells you, you say, are you going my way? You say, where are you going? Where you're going is where I'm going. I think nobody takes that lady serious. That's the kind of person we don't want to mention here.
Yes.
You understand? There are people who are going anywhere.
Yeah.
You understand? Anywhere you are going is my way.
Yes.
Where you go is my way. Where I go, your people are my on the negative side, though.
Yeah.
You see, so nobody wants that. Now you find out what's your purpose as a lady. What's your direction? As a man, what's your purpose? You should know what you are pursuing in life. What is your purpose? What are the things that you want to achieve? God or your mind, however it is, but you have known this is the direction that my life is taking. And then that informs the kind of person you choose. You see, the reason I didn't start with this issue of if you love him, butterfly in my belly, he buys gifts for me, leave all those things. They will fade. They will fade because what sustains at the long run is purpose. That butterfly in the belly doesn't flow every time. You see her, you feel, you see him, that kind of. I leave all those things. It doesn't work every time. But one thing that sustains, that lasts long, is reason, and reason is based on purpose. So you think well, and then what's the direction of my life? And that is what sustains. I can talk a whole lot about what I just said now. Maybe if we have time, we can talk about all of that. And then after that, we can now start coming down to this love. Love is one funny thing, right? Two people enter the market. A particular textile with different colors, with the same amount of money. You'll be surprised at what they come out with. Especially when ladies are wedding. I begin to hear colors I've never heard in my life. Burgundy, forest green, burnt orange. I don't know who went to burn the orange. And then for us to observe the color of the burnt orange, you see sea green, teal green, turquoise blue. Yeah. It sounds like tope. But they say when they spell it, it's T-O-Q. There's Q there. It sounds like tope. I know I've heard all kinds of things. Now, while it sounds funny, that makes me celebrate the variety of life. A lady comes up, and these ladies always have these colors. Comes up and say, "This is the color of my day," and things like that. Now, what I like in a person may not be what you like. So when we all enter into the relationship market, there is something that moves you about this particular person. Now, having all these other things I mentioned set. Now you say, wow, this person resonates well with me. Is somebody I can be patient with? Is somebody I can wait to work on and make the person what I want the person to be, and all of that. The thing is just, there is, when I ask people to define love is almost hard to define. It's just like saying, what is life? Everybody knows life. So define life. Life is hard to define. But when you talk about love, sometimes I personally say, there's a favorable heart disposition towards a person or a thing. Your heart is just disposed favorably towards this person, and you say, Kai, I think I am comfortable with this person. Remember, I said these other reasons are already settled. Yes. You don't just allow your emotions and the thing we call love to move you into a place where you now wake up and ask yourself, how did I get here? So when all those ones are there, then you begin to think about, how do I feel towards this person? I'm comfortable with this person. I can be patient with this person. I can wait for this person. When you begin to talk about the things that love, Bible says about love in, is it 1 Corinthians, right?
Yes, that's it.
Love is patience. Love is kind. Am I kind towards this person? Am I patient with this person? Am I all of these towards this person? Then love begins to come in, right? And then again, there has to be the God factor for a Christian. I call that the God factor. What's that God factor to me? It is whatever it is that makes you feel that God is involved in what you are doing is the God factor. Some people say it's a dream. I know why I didn't start from that. I didn't start from these dream and visions. I know it's deliberate. But the God factor has to be there. Okay, it could be the way you have a witness in your heart. It could be the way God communicates to you. It could be through a word of prophecy. It could be through a deep-seated rest and peace, whatever it is. But you should be able to say, there is this thing that makes me know that God is leading me in this. It could be the beginning of it, but these other basic issues I mentioned, go and check them well. You understand? And then finally, I talk about the medical compatibility, which I don't compromise, especially when it has to do with genotype, blood group, rhesus factor, all of this. Somebody will say, we believe God, the Lord will lead us safely, we will land well, don't stress anybody, we are good. It is well. May God take you there. My own is, I will tell you, this is it. Go and check. Now, if you come to tell me you trust God, is it me that will stand between you and God? Go now, God will sort you out. You will be fine. And I trust God with you. Everything will be fine. But I've told you, it's better you check your genotype and know the compatibility there. Is there something about the blood group? And all those basic, they say hepatitis, HIV in our age, and the rest of them. And when all those things are there, one should be able to know that at least I am on the right track and God is helping me, and I believe I'm going to have a good relationship. Maybe let me stop here for now.
Okay. Thank you. We don't go on and on.
All right, thank you.
So there's this thing that has been going on.
Okay.
Should there be a timeline for marriage? Should there be a timeline in dating for marriage? Or now they said it's not longer dating, it's courting, right? Courtship.
Yes.
So now, should there be a timeline for that?
I think.
Are we really? Is it the dating now or the courtship?
Wait, I want to get the question. Is it a particular age one should get in, or how long courtship should be?
The timing, how long the courtship should be, and the age.
Oh, the age. Well, these are two different and very broad questions. So, do we start with age or do we start with a timeline of a relationship? Okay, let's go to the timeline. Yeah. We are church people, right? Different churches have timelines. Some say not more than 6 months. Both of you should move on and then be able to finalize this relationship within 6 months. It's expected that within those 6 months, both of you have known yourselves, you've been able to pray together, plan your future and everything. And then you are set to finish up everything about the relationship. 6 months. Some say 1 year and things like that. But I've just said, traditionally, this is what is said. Sometimes, young people are very smart. They could start something behind the curtain and nobody comes out. Then when you are ready, in the church, they used to say 6 months. So don't say anything. If you say, okay, let's keep quiet is our thing. So that when we are ready to run 6 months, we'll now come out to the open, whatever. But I always advise, whatever you are doing behind the curtain, be careful and let there be somebody supervising and monitoring what you are doing, because that thing you didn't tell daddy about at the beginning, when you raise your voice, daddy will hear and things like that. So there should be a timeline. The reason behind this is to make sure that somebody doesn't come in and suddenly get distracted and want to run away. Be sure of what you start and be sure you want to finish what you started. You understand? And so that's the way it is. There should be a timeline. And then different churches and different places give such timeline. And I think when anybody wants to begin something, also plan when you want to consummate it. You don't just begin a thing ad infinitum and say, let's just go as the Lord helps us. Stop that. You are dealing with a heart. Especially, this is what I know ladies are always good to go. Is the guys that how will you be in SS3? And you want to start something and say, let's know the will of God. Which will are you willing? It doesn't make sense. You understand what I'm saying? Or you are in year 1 and then you suddenly start seeing will of God inside your life and say, this is the direction I'm going. And then both of you will continue until maybe you are done a 5 years course or 6 years course. When you are done, you say, let's trust God to provide. Stop. Ladies are usually good to go year 1, year 2, year 3, anytime. Ladies can start at 18 and they are good to go to be a wife. Of course, it depends on how matured and how, that's coming to the second one anyway. But for the guys, before you lead a lady on, have your plan. Don't raise her emotions and suddenly you start saying, let's wait. Let's wait on the Lord. Wait what? Plan when you want to finish it, and the earlier the better. And somebody will say, I want to study the person. 4 years you are studying, 5 years, 7 years. Are you having a spillover?
It's medicine.
Are you studying medicine? Even it's medicine, are you spilling? And this one that you are not graduating, I think by this time the university should withdraw you. Abi? Exactly. And tell you that you are not fit for this course.
Yeah.
Okay. So
the second one is you've answered the question.
The age.
Yeah, the age.
Should I talk about that?
And you said, while you were talking, you said ladies are good to go anytime. I really don't.
Did I say anytime? They are good to go earlier than the men, in marriage than the men. Good to go. What does a lady need to be ready? That's why I say from 18, how do I put this? Sometimes I say this thing called marriage. Let's go straight to marriage. It comes to people at different times.
Yes.
You may meet an 18-year-old who comes to say, Daddy, Mommy, I want to get married. Everybody will shout, what's wrong with you? You're supposed to go back to school. This and that and that and that and that. You shout all what you can. You just notice that this child, when you sit down with her, you understand that this child understands where she is going and all of that. If you understand that, now, is it better for you that she's playing around? Sometimes you may, after listening to her and considering a lot of factors, you may wish to tell her, all right, I hope you know what you're doing. Look at what is involved. And she's good to go on that. And her mind is made up. And look at who is she dealing with. It's not somebody that is deceiving her. These two people want to start their life early. Of course, a boy of about 24, 25, depending on how, says, I am ready to marry and I want to start my life. I'm not ready to do girlfriend, boyfriend. We want to start life early. For the girl, she can go. Right?
Yeah.
Yes, she can go. And I've seen some, and they are having successful marriages. At least somebody has told me how early he married the wife, and both of them are doing well for themselves now. And then from that time up, but you see, why I say the ladies are ready earlier is because all they need is their mind set and their body set. They don't need their pocket set. Men need their pockets set. A lady is planning for wedding. She doesn't have a dime, or she's seriously planning her wedding. A guy can't do that. You do that, you need deliverance. What's wrong with you? A lady says, I'm seriously planning my wedding. When is it? Next 6 months. Go and check her account balance, 500 naira. But she is seriously planning her wedding, and the wedding will hold. Now you meet the young man, I'm planning my wedding seriously in the next 6 months. Boy, you are doing well. So how far? Of course, you don't need to ask him how far. You say, is there a way you're coming for me? Check how much I have. Look at guys, help me. But the lady is ready to go. She is ready to have baby that year. So she's ready to have a baby. What does she need to have a baby? Carry her baby in the womb. Understand? And then have the mind to say, I am a mother now, and then give birth to the baby, and then begin to breastfeed the baby. You expect her to go to the market to start fending for herself. So what it takes a woman to be a mother is not what it takes a man to be a father. Because you understand, the lady is ready to be a mother. It's okay. But you, man, hey, it's well with your life. You get yourself ready properly to be a father, because fathering is not about getting a woman pregnant. Get ready for fatherhood. You understand? Like one woman of God, when I got married newly, she called, when I now came close to her. She's my friend, she's married. I told her my wife is pregnant. I was excited. And she now said, Enya, come here. She used her Igbo accents. 9 months notice, I will a sudden notice. See, 9 months notice is not a sudden notice. What it means is that this thing you have started now, don't tell us at the end of 9 months that a labor came suddenly. Prepare now. And she said, as we are eating one, we are cooking another. And so get yourself ready. And I can't forget that thing that Sister Faithlin told me. She said, 9 months notice is not a sudden notice. And you don't tell a lady that one. It's the man you tell. And so for the lady, it can be early in your teen age, and you say, this is what you want. I don't want to. And another person will say, no, I want to wait a little and then flex, I'm not ready. And to at least, I'm just going to the house now and become mama. And somebody's calling me mommy and all of that. And I can't go anywhere. I can go to party and all of that. Yeah, well, experience has also shown that at the end of the day, when they marry, you realize that there was actually nothing you were waiting for. Nothing. The thing didn't run away. All the flexing is still going on without you. So why not arrange your life early? I hope I'm not pushing anybody to go fast now. Okay. but that's it. So the lady can be ready early when you meet a guy. Now, if you come, I'm a teacher. I tell my students, what I just said now, I tell the boys, forget all these guys in the class and face your front. The guy that is ready for them is somewhere they are hustling. When he is good to go, you come and pick them. Avoid heartbreak. Think about your future. Think about your life. Can I do this little mathematics that is my own, even though I'm not a mathematician, to say that a 20-year-old lady is older and more ready than a 23-year-old guy? Good. My math is solved. QED.
Because my reasons, I don't know about yours, why you agree to that. Because if a 23-year-old guy approaches a 20-year-old lady, she'll be like, what's this boy looking for?
Where is he taking me to?
Right. But is it wrong for a lady to see, like, to have that mindset? Because some people get to see ladies as real, materialistic.
Okay.
And I bet to say not all ladies are materialistic.
Okay.
But then they feel because the lady says she can't move with this guy because he's not ready, or he can't offer what I need, or he can't take care of a home, or he can't take care of me right now financially. They believe that this lady is looking for money.
Yes.
So is it wrong for a lady to think like that?
It's not wrong.
Like she wants to build herself. She wants to.
No, not really. Question? She wants.
No. If I understand the question, is it wrong? Do you look at the lady as being materialistic because she says, "This guy, what does he have? Where does he know we are going? He can't." I mean, are you good to go now for marriage and all of that? Yeah. If you are coming to propose to me, let's talk about proposal. That a 23-year-old is coming to a 20-year-old, and then you are living in your father's house, eating free food, collecting pocket money, under free shelter, no rent. You don't know how much kerosene or gas costs. You don't know anything. I think that boy is hallucinating. It's what you call him back to order. And the lady telling him, please, unless the lady is also a player that wants two of them to go and play. But on a normal day, he should be coming down. Else, let's call him and ask him questions. Boy, are you for real that you want to get married? And what gives you the confidence? You know, in my place, they say the bird that is dancing by the wayside, check what is playing music for that bird is in the bush. Okay. It's somewhere in the bush playing, because a bird that is dancing by the wayside. Check well. There is the music somewhere. So somebody should look into the bush. So the boy that is talking like this, let's find out who is playing the drum. And then if we find out that there's a good drum playing for him, let's give him attention. But if there's no drum playing for him, for goodness sake, I think we should minister to him and help him to think well, get back to his right senses and face his front. The reason I said a 20-year-old is older than a 23-year-old is because the probability is higher that the lady could be picked by some other person older and more settled than the one who is in year 3, who is in year 2. Talking about getting married. That's why I said so. So nobody should crucify ladies for looking that way. Although we may have to come to the point of guys saying ladies are materialistic, looking for what they will get, benefits and all of that. We may talk about that later. And I would have something to tell the ladies in that regard. But bottom line, I mean, husband is called provider. Simple. If you are not ready for the heat, leave the kitchen. Man is a provider. Yeah, but that's it. The man, the husband, that's the way it is. That's just the way it is. The husband is the main man of the house. Okay, we thank God for women that are working hard, and I encourage every woman to do so. I encourage every woman to support her husband. I encourage every woman to work hard and do the much you can. Actualize yourself. There's nothing wrong with a woman being a billionaire and doing all of that, but the woman can have 50 billion naira in her account. That's okay. But Mr. Man, at least you should have 50,000. The woman has enough money to buy bags of rice. Let me speak the Kano language. The man should also have one mudu. Are you providing something? So the man should know that the masculine gender, like I tell my son, I say our life is full of loads and responsibilities and burdens. And get ready for it. It's not about wearing white jeans and carrying white handkerchief all around. Think about the responsibility that is coming to you. Now that you're eating free food in my house, free rent, everything free, all your bills on me. Use this free scholarship period to prepare for the time when my hand will not be there again, because the man's life is about providing. People hardly ask a lady for transport money after service. It's always the men they are looking for. The ladies save a lot. So people hardly, even ladies who see a fellow lady and say, please, can I get, no, it must be that brother there, that brother there.
About that, there was a time I boarded, like, okay, I stopped a keke, this tricycle, and I was heading somewhere. Then when I got to my bus stop, I paid, there was a guy inside, right? Okay, before I got to the place, I had to pay the keke guy because I don't want to stand, I just want to leave. So I paid the keke guy and paid for and he was putting on shades. He removed it and was like, you paid for me. I said, yes, I did.
Okay.
And he said, do you know me somewhere? I said, no.
Okay.
I said, then why did you ask? He said, because ladies don't pay. And they've made it like, it's a role. Ladies are not, they've made it look like it's a role for guys to do the paying. And I was shocked. I said, no, anybody can pay. He was saying, thank you. I was like, God. He said, this is the first lady that is paying my transport fare.
And I've had that experience severally. Ladies will just pay for my fare. Just like that. They don't know me from anywhere. Just do that. And I appreciate them for that. Definitely. Are you surprised that the guy is surprised that you are paying? You know that it's not conventional. It's not a normal thing that we see everywhere where a lady pays the bills. And to some extent, again, some guys, when they are going out with you, take exceptions at that. What are you trying to say? You will go out to eat and then you pay the bills. There are some ladies that will say, the bill, I'll pay. I've seen a guy who was offended.
Offended?
Pay. I took you out. I brought you. I said, why would you let me be the man? Are you being bossy here?
Oh, wow.
Things like that. Yeah, it was an issue. And I had to call the lady and say, please learn to be the lady. He took you out. So relax. When you ask for help. Learn to be the lady. He took you out. When he needs your help, he will ask for. Let him be the man. What's funny here is like there's something I don't know. Okay, so you may tell me. So I told the lady, just be coming down and just be the lady. He opens the door for you. You enter, you close it, and things like that. And when he feels, the thing is choking me, please, do you have any? You say, okay. If you want to be an understanding lady, you ask him, this exquisite outfit restaurant we have come to, this place can be, you are good to go, right? If you are that close, and then you have ascertained everything. And if he's somebody that is a bit free, he will say, the extent I go to, then maybe you will help me, we'll continue from there. At least if you are an uncertain lady, because again, you don't blame the ladies. Some have been embarrassed. You go in now and then they bring the menu and somebody will tell you, feel free to pick whatever, and suddenly you picked something and then when the bills come out, the young man is now struggling. And then there could be some ladies that guys have abandoned at the eatery.
Sorry, let me pick this call.
And then they will just
off.
They will just disappear. And then what do you call that? So for the ladies, sometimes you don't know her experiences that made her act that way, but generally speaking, the man who is taking you out, please stay under him. and then let him take the lead. And when he needs your help, he asks for your help. That's what some people think. But again, generally, it's not, ladies are not the ones that pay the bills. They are not the ones that take the lead. Okay, let me not say they're not the ones that pay the bills. They're not the ones that takes the lead to pay the bills. Okay, they are the ones that support the man to pay the bills. You may have more than he has. There are some, well, I'm almost going into marriage. There are some ladies who are wise enough to know what it means. I've had friends, they might hear me now, maybe, I don't know, they might hear me from anywhere, who, oh, wonderful, would just come, knowing my financial muscle at the time, would bring some money and then say, take this. And I will hold it. And then when we go out, she'll be like, I want ice cream. And I'll buy, I want this, like that, just making demand on the man that went out with her. And it's only me and her and God that knows that it's her money that is being spent here. But she wants me to be in charge, knowing I didn't have, but she wants the pride of I'm the one buying and all of that. And sometimes I would finish and then I'll be like, they come and see the watch is when he says, stop this now. Stop this. So please give me transport money. I want to go home. I say, hey. I'll be like, oh, Chimo. It's okay. I should give you. As in, you're begging me for you're begging me for transport money. And I know it's your money, but you are just proud that I gave you transport money. Okay, I can't transport money and give you and say, God, this is wonderful. There are wonderful ladies out there. She didn't want it to look like she's the one. She still wants me to be the man. And that's one thing ladies should learn. Make the man, and then the man will be your man and cover you any day. You understand that kind of thing? If you want to go to the Bible where you see let the man be the man. Make him your man. Make him your man. There are ladies that make men. If you make him your man, and if he is reasonable, if he is very reasonable and balanced, he will make you his lady. Yeah, he will be there. He will be there. Although there are some people who are there to manipulate and use ladies and mess up and like exploit them. It's like they are more.
Yes, yeah, more.
Wow.
We'll come to that.
Blessed am I among women. It's like people are majority here. No, that majority, people are viewers. You are not seeing the man behind the camera, right? So I appear to be alone on sets, but okay, let me agree with you that there are more. You give me your statistics when it's time.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay.
So talking about allowing the man be the man, right? How do ladies who are being brought up, or they grew up in an environment where they have this should I say character, or this mindset of always providing and fending for themselves? Being responsible, that's the word.
As a lady, as a woman.
And then when they want to, maybe they're going to a relationship and then they go out with their partner, and then they don't want to, them seeing the partner pay for them, they feel like they're being I don't know how to
suppress.
They're being
the man is feeling suppressed or something.
Like
okay, the lady. Okay, if the man is paying, the man is always
they feel like no, I don't want to be disrespected. Let me do the paying. How do ladies now that have that kind of mindset, like they've always been the provider for themselves, they've always been responsible for all of their needs, they don't have this mindset of, okay, let me be the lady. How do they now build that mindset?
Oh, that's a mindset issue, and that has to do with understanding between the people that are involved. You hear people say, you ask somebody, why didn't you come yesterday? Say, sir, you will not understand. Sometimes I don't like that. What do you mean by I will not understand? Have you explained? Am I daft? Explain something and let me know whether I will understand or not. Understanding is a product of knowledge. You understand? When something is properly explained in the classroom, when the teacher explains well and the student listens well, then there will be understanding. And then when you remove that, how do you expect me to understand where you are coming from when you didn't explain? So somebody coming to say, you will not understand, you will not understand. I don't like that. If you want me to understand, Explain. Rather say you do not understand. I say, okay, but don't tell me you will not understand. Now, when the lady is coming from that background and you are with this guy and this is a major relationship, nobody will blame you. You didn't choose your background, right?
Yeah.
You didn't choose your background. That's where you are coming from. You didn't choose your parents. Maybe somebody came out from a single parenting background as a result of whatever. Could be a widow, could be a single mother, the way we have in our generation today, where the woman is the main person providing and fending for herself. Whatever reason the person comes from that, or a marriage where the man and the woman is there and the man is not forthcoming and the woman is the one in charge, whatever be the reason that produced such a thing, especially for the lady, and then she comes up being more responsible, taking charge, she should be able to let the person she's dealing with understand, this is me. This is where I'm coming from. And I also expect the person she's dealing with to also understand the background that this lady is coming from. There are so many things that shape our mindsets. There are so many things, our background, especially polygamous backgrounds, backgrounds of abuse. You could see a lady who is always on the defensive because I hope he's not trying to do anything funny here, because she's coming from where she sees slaps and then abusive words and the rest of them taking undue advantage of their mother. And so she's conscious, there's one quiet fear inside her. And then we are watching. If you do anyhow, you see anyhow here now, and then nobody knows. Nobody knows what is working in her mind. Some have come from places where they suffered a whole lot. They have suffered. Their mother was subjected to a whole lot of suffering and management and all of that. So in her mind, I'm not radio. So if you just come and say, how are you? They will, if they have x-ray into your pocket, they will check well because of where she's coming from. She's afraid of going through what mama went through and all of that. So we can understand where we are coming from. Like Shakespeare would say, there is no art to find the mind's constructs on the face. There's no way you will know what is going on in the mind on the face. You can't look at the face and say, I know what's going on there. It's until you let it show, then we will know. But whatever it is, like I say, we don't choose our backgrounds. Everybody, God help you from where you are coming from. But you see, don't let your background put your back on the ground, like I say. You don't let where you are coming from determine where you are going. Where you are coming from is in your past. Now study relationship. What do you want and how do you build it? And don't let your experiences soil where you are going. Like we said, it's a mindset. Let me say two things. If the lady discovers that this is a mindset that is not helping me, I think I will encourage the lady to look for help. You can meet a counselor who will talk with you, hear you out and then help you one way or the other so that you will be able to know how to face where you are going. Again, another person who doesn't want to say, this is the way I want it. So may God help the person and bring somebody who also would understand you to know that this one that you are always feeling the guy wants to take advantage. I want to be the boss. I want to provide my own thing before somebody will say, kaza, kaza. I don't want to be disrespected and all of that. But if you also find out that that's a challenge, you can share with your guy and say, this is me. See where we are coming from. We do our thing. You get it? We do our thing. Let me just say that I was one of my daughters. She might also be listening to me. I was in the house trying to fix the generator. Well, this is Nigeria now. We use generator. That's what the Ghana people used to abuse us and say we are generator people. Okay, so I was trying to put on the generating system. That is our light, our supply, our own here where we are. And then that is when the general light we call NEPA goes out. No, so that somebody will understand where we are. It's not only Nigerians that will listen to what we are doing. So when we talk about generator, what we use to power our houses, power electricity. So I was alone at home, and she is my daughter in the Lord who came into the house. And while I was trying to put it on and then to go to the changeover, well, that's another language. Changeover. Visit Nigeria, you will understand changeover. So I wanted to go to changeover, and then she was like, "Daddy, hold on, I can start that journal. I can do it." I said, "Stop, relax." She said, "We are all ladies in the house, so we do everything in the house. We all ladies at home, so we on the gen, we are the men, we are the women, we handle plier, we handle spy." I say, "Oh my goodness." Before you know it, she carried table, climbed up to do. I say, "Oh God, now I get it. I get it." So we are a man and a half at home. I said, but she fixed it. So you let her, because I wanted her to like sit down. Let me get this done. But when she now raised her argument, I said, "Oh, I see. I almost forgot. Yes, it's true." So she climbed up and did her own thing and came down, and then we had light. We carried on in the house. So, but if you don't explain, how would I know? So ladies should open up and talk. And the man also, even if she doesn't talk, sometimes you need to find a way to say, "Why do you do this?" You understand why? Sometimes I feel I should be the one doing all of this, and you want to do it. And then the lady might open and say, "Sorry if you're offended. This is how we were brought up. This is where we are coming from." You understand? Because sometimes the man might be having a complex problem. We're talking about the background of the lady. We're not talking about the background of the man. He might be having an inferiority complex or something that makes him say, "What is she trying to form for me?" You know, all those kind of stuff. And so if she is your lady, you may ask her, "I'm not comfortable with this thing you do. Why do you do this?" And then she will explain. Like I said, when there's proper explanation, understanding comes. So misunderstanding comes when people are not, there's no explanation and then no knowledge. And so I misunderstand you, and that brings carryover.
So still on her question, but a bit different.
Okay.
There are still ladies that have this personality of being, I don't want to use the word bossy, but they are ladies that command respect. They have guys too, guys under them that respect them. And this lady happens to be in a relationship with a guy that is exactly like her as she is. So, like, maybe the guy wants her to do something and he says it with that commanding nature that he has. "Do this." And she's someone that, there are some ladies that, I know a lady that even if you command her, "Do this," she doesn't get angry. She'll just be following you. Anywhere you drag her, she's going. If you drag her, she's going. But there are some ladies that are not like that. And if you tend to use that your bossy nature on them, because they are not ladies that you just command around, because I should use the word, they have this leadership nature in them. And maybe they might be first daughters at home that are like men in their houses. Yes. They are responsible. They take up decisions. No decision is taken at home without them. Yes. So they do things. They are more like a man in the house, and they know how to just command their respect. And then you're in a relationship with this guy. It's now as though he wants to suppress. Because he's also not seeing the fact that you are this kind of person. And you not wanting to disrespect him. She understands the place of a man and respecting the guy. But the guy is not saying that this lady is not just the lady that you can just toss around. So in order for that lady not to lose who she is, because it could be risky if she gets to lose who she is. So what is she going to do in that situation? And what is the guy supposed to do in that situation?
The bossy lady, like the boss lady.
Yes.
You know, there's nothing wrong with her. That's her makeup. This is her. There are women that are like that. God made them that way. That's just their makeup.
Now, bossy, not disrespectful.
Not
fine.
disrespectful.
Fine.
Yes.
She's just that
she
type
respects
of person.
Men. She knows, but she's this person that.
There are even some that have that tendency of not respecting men. Wow. Let me start from the man. I want to tell a man that a man should be the man. Being the man doesn't mean go and suppress the lady. When a man plays his role as a man, let me assume that both of them are together now. A woman was created to be under a man. I see some of them who are that bossy and domineering, like, egg, right?
Mm.
Very tender inside, but protected by a hard shell. Like the coconuts. Very juicy, tender, soft inside. But in order not to be wasted easily, there is a protection outside them. I've known some of them to be very sweet and tender, but there is something that outside show is like the shell that covers the sweet and juicy coconuts. It takes a patient man who is well initiated into the art of coconut breaking without losing the juice and the coconuts. Yes. To know how to handle this coconut.
So we are not coconut.
No, the ladies are not coconut.
I have a friend. He's late now. I have a friend. He's late now. He calls me coconut girl.
Why is he calling you coconut girl?
See?
Okay. So for the guy, the woman, I know, a natural woman, a real woman is more fulfilled when she's under a man. She's not respecting one. Check her very well. There's a man she trips for. She submits to somebody somewhere.
Right.
We are talking church thing, but let me not go outside, because if she's not so much under very, very well, check. Maybe the person is on TV. She has not met him. That's the guy.
That's somebody.
I've never seen men who are cheerleaders. It's women.
Right.
Well, I have never seen, I'd not say there are no men, but anyway, I've watched, it's women that are cheerleaders. They are the ones that put David into trouble. Isn't it? Cheerleaders, they will clap, hey, David, Odogu. And then their husbands were all there. They were hiding when Goliath came up. Now a small boy has killed Goliath, and the women now compose a quick song and began to sing, and then all of you are now angry, including Saul. You want to kill the boy. See, so I said, the women are always cheerleaders. And then if the man, God helps the man to play his role properly, to a real woman, I still keep putting that adjective, the real, correct woman, not the ones that can play anyhow. We know the ones that no matter what you do, their eye is somewhere. The woman will submit to you. Understand that her bossy nature is not a problem. You even need a woman who can stand when you are not around. You need a woman who can take bold decisions when you are not present. You need a woman who is a go-getter. There are such women that bring out the name of the family. The Bible talks about a certain influential woman, well-to-do in the society. Is that the Shunammite woman? We only heard about the husband in passing. She says she told her husband, let's build a house for the man of God and all of that. But it's the woman that is the main person that is moving. And I studied that woman to find out that she's a very submissive woman, because she wouldn't say, I got the money, I am influential, so I'll build a house. Oga, we must put this man of God here. No, she went to tell the husband, see, there's this man of God. I have regard for him. I see this man must be a man of God. Let us build. And the husband gave consent and they built. You see, when the child even died, and then they brought the child to the mother, and the mother to the father, right? And the father said, take the child to the mother. And then when they took to the mother, the child died or something. How did it happen? And then the woman sent to the man, let me use the current language and say, get me a driver and get me a car. That's saddle a donkey and send one of the servants. She would have said, pick the car and go. That's a submissive woman, still under the man. And she went, came back with a miracle. Now, I think the man should be happy that I have such a woman like this in my life. So we can manage such women. And then let's talk about the lady also. However you are, you find yourself on that kind of bossy, you see that you would like always being in charge of stuff like that. While it is not a fault, it's not a problem, you also learn that the man must be the man. Submit to him. Tell him the things you want to do. Let him own decisions. You understand the language?
Yeah.
Let him own the decision. Yes, it is you and him, but let him own the decisions. Be the lady. There's nothing wrong with your nature and your life. You see, the Bible says, wives, be in subjection to your own husband. It's your own husband. So you can go out and people are respecting you. When you come back home, submit to your own husband. Make him a king. Use that your bossy nature to make him the man he is supposed to be. Like I also said to the man, you also understand that this lady, this is just her nature. This is how she is. But again, a man that knows how to handle a woman will realize that her greatest fulfillment comes when she submits to you. And the woman will definitely submit to a man. It's hard for me to see a woman that will not submit to a man who knows how to handle her.
Very hard.
True.
Handle her well, you see that she is the lady. She will enter the kitchen. Handle her, you see she will melt like a cone of ice cream under the hot sun. She will melt. She will melt unless you've not really handled her well. There are some that don't cry. I'm a man. Follow them well. I'm strong. Okay, not I'm a man. I'm strong. I'm so follow them well. The woman will be a woman. Last. So, but God is a very faithful God. God is the best matchmaker. Like you ask the question of the girl is the bossy type, and the man is also the bossy type as well. Oh. You understand?
Boss couple.
Boss couple, in fact, but they can manage it if God is involved and they know how they ought to do. This is why people also need counselors around them. They will handle it and they will do well. I've seen many ladies who people were like, hey, in fact, there was a lady they were calling brother. That is what. When sisters gather for program, the person that goes to cut the firewood, she will wear her nick and come out. Now, she's the one. Everything that the men should do, she will do it live. But she's really married and they are doing well. They call them brotherly. That's what they call brotherly. You understand? But at the end of the day, she's an accomplished woman and the man understands her. She's doing her thing, chasing her goals where she is. She can match men force for force wherever she is and then get what she wants to get. Is there anything wrong with that?
No, it's not.
There's nothing wrong with that. With a good and understanding partner.
Yeah.
So nobody should. One of the mistakes we make is when you see such a lady, we must bend her and grind her, melt her, and because you are the potter that wants to put her life back together again and then mold her into the puppy you want her to be. When you will need that thing God has put in her, you may not get it. You understand?
Yes, sir.
I don't want to talk about my wife here. On this, right?
Okay.
But, well, she will hear me. She can be on that strong side.
Yes.
I've never seen a sweeter and submissive woman like that lady. That is my wife. Strong, oh. Yay.
That is your exclamation.
I knew her to be, but wow. Very, Kaya, thank God I didn't miss it. Aww. She's the right person. So when I'm talking about the fact that there's no woman, there is the feminine gender in every woman. That thing is inside.
Yes.
So we need, let me summarize it. We need a person who knows how to handle the coconut shell. Enter inside. Bring out the water and the coconuts. And we keep the shell for other uses because there is use for that shell.
Exactly.
You understand? But if you want to crush it, you lose the coconut, you lose the water, you lose everything. And everything is messed up. You don't crush the lady. How about that?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much on that. And you said men are providers, right? Men are providers. Now, what do you say? What do you talk about men that are okay, let me just paint a picture. You are in a relationship with a lady and the lady is a giver. Because when a lady, you said women save a lot, they have money. When a lady loves a guy, she's in love with a guy, she gives
everything. Yes.
She gives. So, what do you say about a guy now that the lady gives? She's, let me go back to the first one. I said that she wants to be always giving, like, be responsible. Now you're doing it for your partner, and your partner in question is always making it look like he's budgeting. I want to do this.
Yes.
I'm working on this. You're talking about, okay, ladies, I don't know about others, but there are some ladies, I don't know how to ask, right? I'm a kind of a lady that I don't know how to tell you. So sometimes some ladies be like, I just saw this beautiful bag, right? You're supposed to understand that I like this bag and I want it.
Yeah.
But this brother in Christ will start saying, no, I budgeted for this.
Focus on Jesus.
Yeah. I've budgeted on this. I'm already, everything I've budgeted. And then you're making me look like
you don't have budget.
I don't have budget. I spend recklessly.
Is it on the lady's money or on the guy's money?
Okay. You don't get my question.
Okay, please.
Let me explain. Okay. For example,
yes.
A lady and a guy are in a relationship, right? And the lady is a giver. And also someone that always wants to...
in a relationship, they're not married yet.
Yes,
okay,
in
they're in
a
a relationship.
yes.
Supposedly leading to marriage.
Yes, leading to marriage. And she gives, and then her partner, which is the guy now, is always saying he's budgeting. He doesn't
give like that.
Much.
Okay.
Yes. It's not that the money is not there, or the funds, or the finance, or anything is not there. But he's always looking at it like he doesn't want to, you can manage. And he's just using love to wound you.
Oh my goodness.
Writing poems.
Like writing poems.
And text messages.
I wake up in the morning and your love shone. Excuse
me.
Excuse me. So it doesn't work that way. So now how, from the beginning when they send you those poems, like, it gets to a stage you just like,
very annoying.
Did I send you one? Like, it gets very annoying. Now, what do you do? How is that person? Is it that the person in question, the guy, is selfish, is stingy? Akagom. Akagom is somebody that
tight-fisted.
Tight-fisted. Yes. Doesn't give. So now, is it that the guy is just like that? It's tight-fisted, is stingy, or I don't know, or it's the background now.
Or he's ignorant
about the giving.
Yes.
See, God is a beautiful matchmaker. Let's not bend each other. There is a difference between complimenting each other and manipulating each other, trying to bend the other to be like you. I'm answering this question from a different angle now. For instance, I seem to be the outdoor kind of person, extrovert, if they say. You understand, feelers. I'm greeting when we move into a neighborhood. I'm the one that will be saying, okay, I'm the new guy in the neighborhood. Are you? My wife will be like, they will know with time now. What is this? I say, relax. These are my neighbors. So they need to know me and I will know them. I know the children all around. And then, sometimes, and when we are driving out, sometimes somebody will greet me, good morning. So I say, good morning. She'll ask me, who is that? Go away, you. Do you know anybody here? This is your neighborhood. You should know. She's the type of person, she's
always
inside the house. From where she's coming into her house, my wife doesn't easily hang out like that and all of that. And then Is anything wrong with that? No.
No.
Is anything wrong with me? No. But over time, the last time we were talking, I was looking at one of my children. I said, this one is taking your introvert nature. And you know what she said? Am I really introvert? You get it?
Yeah.
She's coming out to me. And me now, sometimes I need to remind myself I'm a pastor to go out and visit my brethren because I am addicted to my house. I like going home. I want to stay in the house. I like staying. Now, she's pulling me in. I'm pulling her out. Life is moving. She is good to handle my excesses. I'm also good to handle her excesses. Coming down to this now. The lady that is the giver that wants to, you understand, do all of this. And the other man who is always pressing his calculator, trying to be sure. Nothing is wrong with him. In fact, he is the helper suitable for the woman. Two of them should understand each other. If not, madam will carry chop money and give offering. Not that the spirit is leading. Wait. Now, that is one part of it. The other one, you talked about, you see something you want to buy and all of that. I believe in giving people space, no matter how close you are. You understand?
Yeah.
We are in love. We are very close. When I said it, one married man was like, how do you mean space? We are married now. Which space you can say? Two have become one, co?
Give them space.
Let's see, no matter how close we are, but if I come to sit where you are sitting now, there will be a problem.
Just give them space.
You have your space. You sit here for now. I'll sit here. You sit there. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There is this normal space. How do I put this now? She wants to buy something she sees that she likes. Please let her get it. It's good to get what you want, as long as it's not sinful. It's not that she's not calculated or whatever. Let somebody be free to get what he wants to get. Life will be sweeter if I let my wife be herself. Let me give an example. I hope this example enters. There are some dresses I want my wife to wear. She will put on one. And then I say, wow, that's cool. She said, I can't breathe well. I said, but the thing is fine. She said, I'm not comfortable in this dress now. I said, Kaya, somebody will see something good for you. You will be doing what? She said, but along the line, I told myself, are you not being selfish? You want her to look good, but she's not feeling good. Consider what she was saying. I'm sorry. Get the one. Are you okay with this? She said, fine. I said, good. I want her to be the way I want her to be, but I should allow her the space to breathe. You understand what I'm saying? And so for the man, the woman that is on the other giving side and the man is not so much giving, there is no big sin about him. Is he totally a stingy person that doesn't give at all? I want to doubt that. But then, with the beautiful understanding and relationship, these two people will be able to manage themselves. The giving partner on the other partner that can easily do something will start pulling this other person. These are personality differences. Pulling the person to also learn the fact that we should be free, we should give. The man also is, the woman again is learning that when you want to do some things, you do it calculatively. You don't just do anyhow you like. A country can run without a budget. You may end up lavishing money on one sector and other sectors are suffering. The home is a nation, which both of you have to run together. So God brings one on this other extreme and brings the other, and the two come together to blend. I hope I got your question and I answered. If there's any area I didn't get very well, come up.
I'll still ask again.
Please.
What if that man doesn't just, how will I put this question?
Doesn't just want to
doesn't want to change, or doesn't want to be a provider,
or see you as materialistic.
Okay.
Now, sir, sorry to cut you.
No, I will come in with the two of them. Go ahead.
The giving she's talking about, I think she's talking about, it's not that she spends anyhow.
Okay.
For example, we both are going out, and maybe at a point I know that you don't have. I get to pay the transport. It's not that I have so much, but I can't enter the tricycle and be going somewhere I know you also are going to. And at that moment, I have the money that can foot the transportation for both of us.
Mm-hmm.
So as time goes on, you have to an extent.
Mm-hmm.
And you still don't want to pay the tiffany. Or you believe that we should share. Bring your share, bring your 50, and I bring my 50. But when I was doing it, it's not like you didn't have anything in your pocket. And there was something someone said. She was saying that sometimes this has to do with being intentional. Because there are some guys that do not have, but they are intentional about doing something. They might want to take you out. They just get little things, very little things. And you know that if this person has, if he can do this little one when he doesn't have, if he has, he would do a lot.
More.
So it's not about being, if you don't have, you understand.
Mm-hmm.
But when you now have little, and you are now behaving like you are the only one that has budget, and now make me feel like, that time what they do have, I don't get budget. At that kind of situation, or when he now does something
like he doesn't do it, and then
he does it eventually.
For example, your birthdays come and just say happy birthday. Not that he doesn't have. Okay. And then maybe another birthday comes by and then he gets you a pen. He'll start feeling himself that he has
standing ovation.
Yes, he has done something. So how is it now that he's being stingy, or he's taking advantage of the fact that you are being selfless, or there's something not okay with the brother?
There's a problem somewhere. Address it.
Because sometimes I will feel like if you talk, it will be like, maybe this girl is being materialistic. But if she's materialistic, she will not be doing all those things that she has been doing. So what is the problem actually? Is the lady the problem because she has spoiled the guy now with giving, or the guy has something to do with?
Or maybe you take the lady out. Sorry, I'm just...
Go ahead.
Maybe you take the lady out. You know you are taking this lady out. I was on my own. You said, okay, let's go out. And then we go out, and you're like, like, you're now...
it's very difficult.
It's difficult for you. I did not say take me out. I would
have gone to zoo. Just go and pay ticket and enter.
Look at the animals. And now I got dressed up. I left the house that we cook rice and stew. If I had known that that's how it would be, I would have just fetched my food. And then I come to the place, maybe a restaurant, and you're just being you don't want to spend, you don't want to touch, you're making it look like, I don't even know how to put it.
Like the lady is trying to be maybe make you go out of your plans and budget and all of that, and is she being too materialistic, unnecessarily demanding, follow my leading, and then take what I provide and all of that? Did I rephrase well?
Yeah.
Okay, now first we are talking to people. I've said it, we didn't make it that way. Nature and God made it that way. Men are providers. May the God of men provide for men. And may guys also learn to be responsible and work hard to make money. I'm talking about money, ego. Money. You understand?
Yeah.
In Nigeria, they say the boy is good, is money. Say no ugly guy.
Money
makes money.
So what makes him handsome is handsome. There's
Ego.
something in your hand.
Ego is money.
You know, that's what makes you a handsome. The lady can be so broke and look sweet. And she has provided everything she needs to provide by looking sweet. For the guy now to access the lady, you need to be handsome, right? And that handsome is not by going to braid your hair. You spend money on your hair and your pocket is empty. May God provide for men, and may men let their hustle pay.
Amen.
Because we need it for their hustle to pay. Sometimes when a guy is behaving like that, it could be sometimes
that this one you are talking about, their hustle is paying.
Okay, the ones that the hustle is
so
already paying.
When somebody doesn't have, most times when a lady loves a guy, she understands when he doesn't have,
and then.
But this when you are not having,
the hustle is paying,
we are
and then he's paying back. Well, okay, now that begins to look serious.
Yes,
you need to hold a conversation with him.
What if you hold the conversation and it's not yielding positive results?
That's the beautiful thing about courtship. It's the time to prove whether we should go ahead or not. Now, when you hold a conversation and you find out that this one, I'll be begging for everything at home, or I might turn to be the man last at the end of the day. You may need to retrace your steps. Seek a counselor. And when those things are not well addressed, in my place, they say, when an old woman falls down 2 times, we'll recount what is in her basket that she's carrying. We'll now recheck this whole thing. Should we go ahead or not? You see, marriage is marathon. It's not a 100-meter senior boys race. You run from here, you dash there. God, that one is marathon, JJL. You know when you start, you don't know when you finish. And so you wear something that is easy for you to manage. You don't wear very tight clothes to run marathon. You wear something very free for you. So find out if you are comfortable. These are issues. And then you talk like that. It's like a red flag. And then please, that's why somebody should oversee a relationship. You see, this is why I talk about this. People jump into relationships and they are keeping secrets. And there is time for secret, for goodness sake. Why will I enter a husband and wife room and start knocking to find out what they are doing? They are keeping secrets now. So there's time for secret. But now that you've not entered the room to lock the door, let people counsel you from outside before you lock yourself inside. Let there be a counselor. Let there be a matured person to whom this relationship is submitted. You submit to, and the person talks to both of you. A man that doesn't have somebody she submits to is a dangerous person to roll with, because you might once in a while need to call somebody and say, please, sir, look at where we are. You understand? It's just like saying a pastor that doesn't have a pastor is a dangerous person. You understand? You want to pastor people, but nobody pastors you. Nobody calls you on phone. Like you call me Pastor Uche and all that. There is a way my phone will ring now. What you hear is Uchenna. That is calling me down to my roots. And then I will restore back to factory setting. There are some calls I receive on my knees. Unless if I'm outside, that's why I will not need an outside. That's if I'm in my room, I will be somewhere, and then when this phone rings, I say, I will withdraw from the whole noise around. Now, that is good for my health. Somebody should be. So if there is somebody like that in that relationship who can call both of you to order, bring it to him. And the person should be, him or her anyway, and the person should be able to tell you, at this point, we can move on. Or at this point, both of you should be able to tell yourself the truth. I'm not comfortable with this anymore. And then, you see, somebody being teachable is an asset.
Sure.
A very invaluable asset. Be teachable, as in open to corrections and to teaching. And so when that thing is open and then we realize that there are some of these kind of things that are not okay. Please, you don't see a vehicle with a flat tire and your body to take you to casino.
All right. So still talking about being accountable to someone in a relationship, and seeking counseling, which is very good. There are times that we have people that oversee the relationship, and you get to realize that you inside that relationship, you are no longer comfortable, or you do not find happiness in it with the things you've seen and how far you both have gone. And you want to opt out. But the people overseeing it want you to be in it. How do you manage that kind of situation? Maybe for some reason they like this girl, or they like this guy. But I believe that there are things that it's only you that is dating or you that is courting this person, the partner that knows deeply about this person. And you, at that point, you can't move further. But the people overseeing this relationship are now seeing it like it's compulsory that you move. How do you manage that situation?
First of all, I will say the relationship you are the people helping and counseling the relationship are not the ones in the relationship. You are.
Yeah.
The lady is, the guy is. That's primary. They are only helping to guide. Now, when you want to opt out or the person wants to opt out, the person should provide good reasons why you want to opt out, even if that reason is not properly understood. Or the person should also be open to alternative reasons. Find out why are they saying you should carry on. Why? Is there something I'm supposed to work on? You understand? And then if there's something you need to adjust, the person will adjust and then move on. But if by and large, you that is wearing the shoe says that the shoe is hurting you, you are hurting right there, what will you do? Continue? No. I would say you tell them, I've tried to explain, you don't understand what I'm explaining, but the truth is that I can't continue. And please don't continue because people ask you to continue. Continue because you want to continue and you are comfortable to continue with it. That's just it. But the fact that there are people, maybe they like the lady and they are insisting that the guy should continue and the guy is not comfortable. Again, they like the guy and they're insisting the lady, let's side it. No. In fact, a real counselor shouldn't do that. You are not there to take sides. You are there to watch. Again, at the end of the day, no matter how you like the person you like, maybe somebody who is a counselor is listening. You put two of them, somebody is not comfortable because you like the other person, you say both of them should enter. At the end of the day, both of them will not be happy. They won't be happy. Yes, because what is still troubling them is still troubling them. So the best thing is to listen to them properly. If they need to part ways, let them part ways. If they can continue also, let them continue. If one person is saying, I want out, I want to leave, I want to get out of this relationship, don't take it lightly. Please pay attention to what he or she is saying. And if the person is making sense, and even if the person is not making so much sense to you, but you are hearing this repeatedly, and the person is insisting, let the person be. You understand what I'm saying? Let the person go. Please let them just part. Not that, it is like a man who says, I want you at all costs, whether you like it or not, you must be my girl. The guy is crazy. She doesn't, whether she likes you or not, she must be your girl. Are you a sadist? What do you want to achieve? She doesn't like you. And then you want to get her at all costs. You'll be frustrated because she will still not like you. So the best thing is to go for who likes you. You love the person and the person also loves you back. And the whole thing is moving equally. So one person wants to move up, the other person still wants to move up. And then things are going on like that. Abi, it's not a matter of I love him. I so much love him. Does he love me? Does he love me? There are sometimes people will be like, I love him. I'm talking on that thing now, right?
Yes.
I love him. I love him so much. I love him so much. That kind of, when I see him, I love him. And then he doesn't have time for you. He's not interested in you. It's okay that you love him. That's okay. There's no crime. But please, package yourself and come back to factory setting. God will bless the person with somebody who equally loves you the way you love. That's when you'll be fulfilled. The fact that you love a person is not enough reason that you end up with the person. But let it be balanced from the two sides. Wait until the person is also coming for you like that. And then the whole thing is balanced like that. So that one person will not be crying and another will be smiling. And if one person is crying and another is smiling, very soon the person that is smiling will start crying.
Yeah.
Things like that. So that's why I say there are basic things somebody needs to look at before making a choice or know whether you are moving up or not. So answering your question that straight, please, whoever is involved in that kind of relationship, if you don't want to continue, insist that you won't continue. But listen to reasons. So don't be unnecessarily self-centered, whatever. Listen to what you are being counseled to do. And at the end of the day, you still realize that you need to find your way. Please find your way. It's better. What do you think?
Yeah, true.
Thank you, sir. All right. Before we round up, lastly, I just have this last question.
I also have.
Okay.
Diving into marriage.
Yes.
How do couples maintain romance in marriage after being married for a very long time, seeing one face every day? Having children. Maybe the woman is not as beautiful as she looked when you got married, and all of that. How do you maintain romance, love, and the butterflies sometimes?
From in here, because you see most marriages from my love, you start hearing Mama Joy. Mama Joy.
Mama Emeka. Okay, I like this area now, Bella. Thank you for this. You see, my father in the Lord, I heard him say, Dr. Kosilichuku, he said, when you minus play from marriage, that becomes a punishment. Huh?
Yeah.
Play. From the beginning, I would say people should build friendship. As in, even in the marriage, build friendship. Somebody once asked me, so who is my friend? I said, the person you are free to hang out to discuss nothing. Just be discussing anything that comes. You can just sit down and talk with the person you are comfortable with. And friendship is built. I would say one of the ways to maintain that romance is to intentionally develop friendship between the two. A friend is somebody you chat with, you play with, it's an intentional thing. You understand? You make up your mind that you want to build friendship, you make those calls, you want to. All of you are single here. If I had married people, I'll be talking some things I'm supposed to talk. Right? Oh God, you'll be married, amen. Let me, because if you want me to talk about what I mean by play, if I enter into the enter, some of you want to leave the studio, right? I don't know, but you see, you play, you intentionally initiate play, build friendship. Where both of you can always sit together and talk, discuss, play, do all kinds of things together, and then keep on building that friendship. That friendship will help the romance to be on like that. Find out those initial things you used to do. You call her 5 times a day during courtship, Abby. You tell her to be careful the way she cross the road, as if she doesn't know how to cross the road, though. She has been crossing the road before you met her. But the thing is, you have now become the guardian angel who will tell her, please look to the left and right and right again. And, and all of that, up, down, before you cross it. All those beautiful things, all those John 3:16 you send by 5:30 a.m. or 6 a.m. And then send Psalm 121 by the night time, for those who want to be spiritually romantic and all this kind of stuff. Now, she's at work. She gets to work. You call. I calculated in 30 minutes you should be at the office. Are you there? And I say, I'm there. It's okay. And then break time you call. Are you on break now? How is work going? You send text. All those kind of things we do for love, right?
Yeah. I've seen a movie now where that you are married, is angry. She was causing problem in the house. And when they brought in counselor, what is your problem, madam? She said her husband stopped buying her Chocomilo.
Okay, now,
he's so busy.
As little as that looks, that's exactly where I'm coming to. Now, how about please maintain those calls? You understand? Call. Buy the Chocomilo. Buy the Ponton. Buy the bubble gum. You understand that kind of thing? Now, let me also say, the butterfly in the belly is not always there. Sometimes you act the butterfly. even when it's not real, because it may not be there. You act the butterfly. I'm talking marriage now, right?
Yeah.
You act it. Yes. It is easier to act your way into the right feeling than to feel your way into the right action. How about saying that again? It is easier to keep acting something until you feel it than to keep feeling until you act right. Feelings are not smart. They go up today, they come down tomorrow. You feel sweet today, you follow your feelings every time. But you see, sometimes I don't just feel like doing this honey thing. Honey. I'm not happy today. So that's how you feel, right? Call her honey, or pounded yam, or my love, or my chocolates, sugar, anyone you call that thing, whether you feel cool or not. You used to send a text before. It must start with sweethearts, right? On that day you are angry. You want to send buy yam or hey. That's how you feel. You don't do the way you feel. As heavy as the sweetheart is on the pad when you want to type sweetheart. Buy the yams when you are coming home, please. There's no yam at home, right? Type that normal thing you used to type. This is you acting right until you feel right. You understand? So, because if you follow your feeling, it may not lead you into acting right. And what we take is what you act. So, I encourage the couple to act right and keep acting until you come back to your proper feeling, how you feel. Those are the ways to maintain the romance. You make those calls, you call, you chase one another around. Let me say this. I'm just censoring my words here. Let me tell all of you. I'm just censoring myself.
It's fine.
Okay, thank you, because it's fine. Now, when you are quarreling in the living room, what we call the parlor, please keep the quarrel at the living room. If you bet together, enter the bathroom together in anger, bet together angrily.
Dish is food.
Dish is food angrily. If you always eat together, come and eat that food together angrily. Yeah. If you are supposed to drive out together, you used to open her door, sorry, because nobody opens door for men. God help men.
Amen.
Remove your face and open that door. Drive and move. Chances are that quarrel in the living room might be settled in the bathroom.
Yes.
Don't allow it to overshoot the other place. Anytime you enter the bathroom, enter the living room, resume your quarrel. That's if it hasn't been resolved all the while. The problem is when you carry what happened in the living room into the dining table and carry it also to the bathroom, and you are creating space and you are giving the devil a foothold. It will make it a stronghold. And so do the right things, and at the end of the day, things will ease out and fall in place. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
so you are always supposed to bet together. You know, something like you put the water and say, let me speak pidgin, you go back. I dey go. Come back, Joe. You go there, face your front and be pouring your water. Bath your thing. Take your towel. People are pushing me. Because along the bathroom, one person, people should be careful. Be careful at this studio. One person will spank the other. Say, leave me alone. You know, that kind of hey, where you? Be doing like, you know, when fight reaches, you don't need to settle. when quarrel reaches, it's not you. That's that boy, man will start doing like Junior. You know, Junior says, it's not you. And then the thing won't settle now. But if you overflow it, wahala. So those things will be building up romance. Don't ask me. But you understand what I'm trying to say. So make that call. I've reached office. So okay, thank God for joining me, sis. Amen. Cut the phone.
Let me just add to that.
Okay.
There's this lady that came online and she was like, God gave her the best husband because they had an issue, just like you said, and they were very, very upset with each other. And the husband always place an order for a meal and takes it to her, gets it delivered to her office every lunchtime.
Okay.
So they were really upset that they exchanged words and they left for their work places, both of them. And when she got to her workplace, she just put it in her heart, placed it in her heart that no lunch today. She had to get it herself. And he just called her and said, look down. The delivery guys, I got you something. She said she was upset, but she just melted and said, even you too. Why will you be shouting?
Okay, now.
And she said that was how it was settled.
Now you get it.
And then another couple, right? Something like that happened, and the wife is asthmatic. She's asthmatic, and every morning when the husband wakes up, he helps her do some things in the house, maybe keep the house in order. But because they had issues that night, they went to bed. The one was sleeping in the other corner, the other one in the other corner, and she had an asthma attack at night. Unable to reach inhaler because he was upset. She was struggling, trying to touching him. And he was like
shrugging.
He didn't want to answer, and that was how she passed out. She died. And he woke up, still upset. Thought she was sleeping. He got dressed. He didn't even arrange the house and left the house. He came back. I'm having goosebumps.
He
came back.
She was still lying down
still
there.
The same position, and he still didn't talk to her. And when he went inside, went to the salon, the parlor, right? And then came back, he was not like, he called her name. Why are you still lying down there? You left the house in a mess, everywhere scattered. When he touched her,
she was cold.
Everywhere was cold, rigid. So you see, if they had talked it out, if he had just...
It might be a very little quarrel.
Very little thing that cost her life like that.
And the man said that guilt has been in his heart. He doesn't even know how to forgive himself. So you see now, it's something they would have talked about, or maybe they would have just.
This is why I'm very careful with people that keep malice.
Keep malice.
That's not fine, especially with now. For goodness' sake, why would I keep malice with my wife? The woman that feeds me. I tell people, if this woman wants to poison me, I will finish eating it and thank her before dying. If the woman wants to poison me now, I get home, I want to eat now, she will prepare a beautiful delicacy and then put whatever she likes inside. I will eat and give her a thank you kiss. Wow, this is so delicious. Thank you. On my way to the grave. Should I fight with such a person?
No.
If when I'm sleeping in the nights, do you know how open your mouth is? Somebody said this person snores. I say snoring it depends on who slept first. Everybody they snore.
True.
It depends on who slept first. So you don't know how you look. What if somebody gets some chemicals and then puts over your nose and you rest in peace? Such a person that you live with, please don't let the quarrel linger.
Excellent.
Do you understand? So that's why I said acting right is better than feeling right. Don't follow your feelings every time. For us that are believers, I believe that is walking in the spirit. You feel bad, you act good. You feel low. So when there is a casting down, you say there's a lifting. You do what is right. That right action can bring in the normal feeling. That way, romance will continue. It's a mindset. Yeah. Set your mind and say, this woman is my wife. There's a reason why Bible says, people are pushing me, let her breast satisfy you always. Because that breast that is looking north is going south. And no matter how south it goes, let it satisfy you. Face it and say, this is my own. This is my own. Carry it. Even if it's like Mesuya Sepas, carry it like that. This is your own. It's your portion in the land of the living. Tell yourself, I am okay here. Because, and also tell yourself that the other one that is standing at the junction is on his way south. It's a matter of time. I tell the young girls, no matter how you use anything to carry, check your mother when she's dressing. I've seen my mother when she was dressing, when she was alive. You will go in there. No two ways about it, no matter what you used to hold. So they tell yourself that this is okay for me, right? Tell yourself also that no matter the smooth face I'm seeing outside, is coming this way. And you are seeing her like that, looking, smelling good with her cologne and all the deodorants, everything she puts on, all that. You don't know how she looks after 3 children. She might... is well. You don't know how she, after 3 children, if she will be able to manage herself. Don't use that to compare with the other one that has a patch of pap on her black skirt she didn't know about. Because the baby just told her, mommy, bye, and she didn't know that the pap on the mouth of the baby has stained her. They said, look at how unkept you are. Stop. The lady outside there is not, you don't know what she will be like in the next 5 years. So manage the one you get. That's Nigerian pidgin now. Manage what you have. And then tell yourself, I'm okay with this. And madam, also face your man and say, I'm okay with this one. Manage yourselves and don't compare yourself with outside. Maintain the romance, maintain the play, and your relationship is going to do well. You said you had another question? Are you done?
Okay, it's okay, let's just wrap it up.
Okay.
Let's wrap it up. Because if I want to ask this question, let's leave it up for our next
Behind the scene question.
It will be behind the scene.
Behind the scene.
Okay.
So thank you so much, sir. Indeed, this has
God
been
bless
a
you.
very, very, very interesting session with you.
Thank you.
And to our viewers, I believe you enjoyed every part of this podcast, today's podcast. And I also believe you were able
Thank you.
Sorry. Cut this part, please.
Yes, you will.
And that brings us to the end of today's podcast. I believe to our viewers, you enjoyed every part of this session with us. And yes, I believe also you were able to jot down some things, maybe some questions. Now the comment section is open. Please drop your thoughts, your questions, your contributions, all in the comment section, and we will attend to them. And if you haven't liked this video, please do that by hitting the like button and also the notification bell. So all of the videos that will be posted here, you won't miss out on any of them. And if you haven't subscribed for our first time viewers, if you're just coming across this channel for the first time, please do well to subscribe. Like I said earlier, subscribe and hit the notification bell. Thank you so much. See you in our next podcast. Stay blessed. And once again,
God bless you.
Stay blessed.
Bye.
Bye. God bless you.